You should sit up front because no one ever does. It's just so close to my face. I heard from Chautauqua they have you in the Athenaeum Hotel again this year.
Is that good or not?
I would rather be in the Jewish house with everybody, but it is what it is. I'm super excited about that job opportunity. I'd love it if that works out.
Yeah, I just have to find the email. But yeah.
Hi. Shabbat shalom. I'm excited to be with you guys tomorrow. Yes. I'm very excited. I have to readjust everything when I wear heels.
Shabbat shalom.
I can help.
You do it.
Okay.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom and welcome to all who are joining us here in person and also all joining us via our live stream. And wonderful to be able to create sacred space and community together as we celebrate a special weekend. Ben, what's happening? Bar mitzvah, wonderful. Ben Kobiarski celebrating his bar mitzvah, and we want to wish Mazel Tov to the entire family and on this really exciting moment. And so with that, we'll invite Ben and his family forward to light our Shabbat candles. The blessing can be found on page 2.
Do you want me to light or Matt to light? Light first. And then do you want? Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We'll continue together on page 10. Mayafeh Hayom, how beautiful this day is. And looking outside for the first time in almost 2 weeks, we can see sun. And so it truly is a beautiful day.
Shabbat shalom, Mayafeh Hayom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
And on page 12, we continue with L'chu Naranana, come, let us sing joyfully to God. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song. For Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, mekad mafav v'toda. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmirot na'iralo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai.
And we continue welcoming Shabbat into our hearts and into our lives as we turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekavela.
Please rise.
עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated as we continue, page 22. Mizmor Shir, a psalm, a song for Shabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך עליון, וזמר לשמך עליון.
On page 24, we find Shalom Aleichem, a song of welcome, playing on a tradition that says when two people meet, one says, Shalom Aleichem, may peace be on you, and the other replies, Alechem Shalom, on you may there be peace. And so find somebody that you don't know or don't know well, and introduce yourselves and say hello. That means you have to get up.
Have we met?
And we join together.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh
We turn together to page 26 and rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadav, yitkadash shmei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yibrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei.
Bechayechon
u'v'yomechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'vizman ka'ariv. V'imeru, amen. Yesh merabba mevorach, le'olam olam me'amaya. Yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitvar v'yitramam v'yignaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shmei dekudesha barichu, le'la min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'meru, amen.
We continue with Baruch on the following page, page 28.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach, Baruch Adonai hamevorach, le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated, and we continue with Ma'ariv Aravim, thanking God for the miracles, the wonders of creation. Page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem b'rakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Ahavat olam made Yisrael, amechavta, amchavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokfeinu, ufkumeinu nasiach bechukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, be'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha l'tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Ben will invite you forward to the bima to lead us in Shema, page 34. Please rise.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Okay. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated and we'll continue. Thank you, Ben. Yasher Koach. We'll continue with the Hafta, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי הייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 39. Let's join together. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. As we continue with our Song of Freedom, page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה.
מלכותך ראו בניך בקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Together, let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol Ata Adonai Abore Sukkot Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. So we thank God for the opportunity that we have to celebrate Shabbat and be together with family and friends and community. Vishamru, top of page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beni uven b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i Shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Page 47. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. We rise together for Amidah. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open our lips, that our mouths may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevig Ula Livnei V'Neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atarav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, קדושים בכל יום יהלוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue page 53. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see, wherever we gaze, that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 57. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you alone are God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Let's join together at top of page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon Lecho Shalom. Ki ata Melech Adon Lecho Shalom. Shalom. tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha livarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam.
We take a few moments for silent prayer.
Son imrefi ve'egyod libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri v'goali v'goali.
We turn together to page 253. And there we find our blessing for healing, a way that we can collectively send energies of healing to all those who need, whether it's healing of body or mind or heart or soul. And in our congregation, we especially think of Steve Toddleman, Diane Levy, Martha Snyder, Patrick Callahan, Jay Kaler, Gerald Hoffman, Sidney Kruzik, Arlene Sandelstein, Sandra French, John Myers, Sidney Scrementi, Royce Haas, and Marcia Koblitz. If you're joining us via live stream and you would like to add a name, please add the name into our chat. If you are here in person and would like to add a name, please do so as I look around. We join in our blessing of healing.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and
part in this. Surprise. Ben, Mazel Tov. We're excited. Are you excited? Good. Are you a little nervous for tomorrow? You'll be great. You'll be great. We are looking forward to celebrating with you and your whole family as you take this next step in your Jewish journey. And the parsha that we are studying today is Emor. Yeah. Good. Okay, Parshat Emor. And it begins with this instruction. It says, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe. God spoke to Moses and said, Amor, say, speak, instruct, El HaKohanim b'nei Aharon. Speak to the priests who are the descendants and part of the children of Aaron. And then you go into a whole long parsha, and if you want to know all about the parsha, come tomorrow, because Ben is going to teach us. Right? Good. And there's a whole series of instructions and conversations of all of the different things that the priests have to do and all of the sacred rites and the rituals. And of course, lots of questions come up when we read these kinds of details because we don't have a temple and we're wondering why we need all of this material. Like, what is there a purpose? So as we usually, or as I like to do, we tell a story. But the story has a part for you, which is why I need your help. Because I can't sing, but you can sing. So, there was an incredible rabbi who was in a fantastic community. And they were studying one day, and things got really heated, and there was an argument. So the rabbi settled the argument, and everybody went home, and the next day there was another argument. And there was another argument, and it went on and on. And so finally, one day, the rabbi came in the morning, and everybody was waiting for the rabbi to begin this morning's lesson, and the rabbi stood up and said, I di ramba di ramba di die. I diggy diggy die. I di ramba di die. I diggy diggy die. And everybody looked at him. And the rabbi looked back at them. And the rabbi said, I di ramba di die. I get diggy diggy die. And this went on for hours. And every time they thought the rabbi was going to say something and teach something, the rabbi would say, I di ramba di die. I get diggy diggy die. So they went home. And the next day, the rabbi came to the school and stood up to give his lesson, and he said, I di ramba di die, I get diggy diggy die, over and over and over. Now, the people got a little worried. They're thinking, maybe he's a little famished. What's happening? So they meet, and they said, this doesn't make sense. Wherever he goes, he's just singing this nigun, this wordless song. And they followed him. And so as the rabbi went into the butcher, the rabbi smiled at the butcher and said, I di ramba di die. I get diggy diggy die. And this happened at the butcher and the baker and the supermarket and the hardware store and all over the town. And the people were perplexed. They didn't know what to do. They got together, and they decided that the rabbi needed to go for some help in the big city, a train ride away. Okay, so the rabbi goes. They put him on the train. Off he goes to the big city, where he finds himself in another school. And there, everybody is arguing, and the conversations are buzzing, and it's all going back and forth, and suddenly the rabbi of that school comes in, and that rabbi says, but this time, everybody joins in. Everybody joins in. And the arguments evaporate. The discord becomes nominal. And it's as one voice they join together. So the rabbi enjoys this. This is fabulous. People come together, they sing together, it's great. Eventually, it's time to go home. Gets on the train, arrives in his little town, gets off the train, nobody really knows he's coming, nobody's there to greet him, but there's a little boy in the street and it says, "Rabbi, how are you? It's good to see you." And the rabbi says, "Ay di ramba di ramba di di." And this happens again and again. So here we are again, and the people are perplexed. All they know is that this rabbi is all he's doing is singing this nigun. And they don't understand why. Finally, they call a meeting. And they say, "Rabbi, straight out, why are you doing this?" And of course, the rabbi responds and says, "I di ramba di ramba di di, I diggy diggy di." And in the back row, one of the little boys starts to join in. And another person joins in, another person joins in, and suddenly the whole community is singing. And they're singing together, "I di ramba di ramba di di, I diggy diggy di." And the rabbi said, "That's why. Because it's only when we come together and we join our voices, we come together in these sacred moments, these ritual moments, that's where we find community, that's where we find God, that's where we find fulfillment." And so this experience of all of these rites and all of these rituals of the priests are all there to get us to that moment where we join our voices and come together as a single unified community. And so we're looking forward to celebrating with you tomorrow, Ben and your whole family, as you lead us in worship and prayer and your beautiful Torah portion. I di ramba di ramba di di, I diggy diggy di. I di ramba di ramba di di, I diggy diggy di. And we'll continue with Aleinu, page 282. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, hateit gedula le'otzeh bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה ארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים עמו ושכינתו זו וגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו. וידעת היום, להשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והי אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those around us. The psalmist said that in his affliction, he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. And so, even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wish to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. We are in the period of Shiva for David Renberg, father of Ingrid Renberg, and we extend condolences, Ingrid, to you and your whole family. And we are in the period of Shloshim for Bruce Whitmer's house and Gail Goodman. And we observe Yahrzeit on this Shabbat for Tony Lechner, M. Mayo Levick, Marilyn Cohen, Robert Kay, Charles Mayer, Gertrude Mayer, Abraham Lucas, Molly Pessin, Abraham DeRoy, Philip Green, Rose Lancet, Arthur Rosenberg, Eli Sobel, Arthur Schuster, Selma Rubenfield Aronovitz, Annie B. Goldstein, Seligman Strauss, Sam Rosenbaum, Ruth Blick Silver, and Samuel Silverstein. If anybody who is joining us on live stream has a name that they wish to add, please add that name into our chat. If anybody is here and would like to either share something about somebody on our Yahrzeit list, as we have done before, or would like to share another name, please do so. And so we rise together as we turn to the words of Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach rotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach la'alam u'lalmeh almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yet hadar, v'yet halev, v'yet halal, shemei dekudsha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, V'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, u'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. I'd like to invite Rochelle Krowinski forward to share some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So nice to see so many people here, and Ben is coming up very soon. Congratulations, and we're all so excited to be able to celebrate with you tonight and tomorrow. Services are in memory of Marilyn Cohen. This is also the anniversary of the birthday of Joan Harf, and Walter told me that she would have been 94. And of course, we're here to celebrate the bar mitzvah of Ben Kobielski. Tomorrow, we have Shabbat morning service, which is your bar mitzvah. And we will all be here to celebrate and support you. I also want to let folks know that we have a Shabbat Oneg on May 12th after the Gesher 2 Shabbat service. Please RSVP to Ali and call 814-449-4964 to join us for a wonderful event after that service. There's also a mitzvah day on Sunday, May 21st at 10, and you can see in the program there's a description of all the events that will be going on that day. Call the office if you have any questions. And save the date. Our annual meeting is Tuesday, June 13th at 6 in the evening. We have all kinds of events going on that evening, not only our business meeting, where we elect the officers for the next year and approve our budget, but we also have some events where we can have hands-on demonstrations of our new membership database, and we'll also be having the artist who's been designing our new High Holy Day Torah covers joining us, so you can meet her, Debbie Sementelli, and look at the design she has developed. And thank you.
Great.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll invite Ben and his family back up to the Bima to join us in leading our blessings, Kiddush, and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon Hinchilanu Zikaron Lemase Bereshit Ki hu Yom Techila Lemikrai Kodesh Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu Vachata Ve'otanu Mikomim V'Shabbat Kodshecha Ve'ahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Amen.
L'chaim. Have a drink. Lila, if you could hold that for us. And let's join together.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said.
this evening with Od Yavo Shalom, let us bring peace.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kolam. Salam, 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 aleinu ve'al kolam. Salam, salam.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Please join us. I think we have some refreshments as our oneg. So please join us in the social hall. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.